So the original video was gonna happen on May the 4th, cause haha, May the 4th be with you. But that kind of didn't happen because the game was kind of long, and I wanted to fully enjoy it. So yeah, you're gonna need to get the video 4 days later or 5 days later for May the 4th be with you, cause I don't know exactly when this video is gonna come out. But yeah, that was just a quick disclaimer I wanted to mention. So a while back, I made a video on how strong Cal Kestis from Jedi Fallen Order was, and that video has over 30,000 views. I cannot say enough how grateful I am, but since that video did so well, of course, I need to make a sequel to the newest game, Jedi Survivor. Now, with this game, I fully watched through it, and there's just so much to think about it, but that's a video for another time. To preface this, in my last video I proceeded to talk about the characters' powers like Yoda and Obi-Wan and how powerful they were and stuff like that. But this video I'm going to talk less about energy levels and more about where Cal would rank title-wise in the Star Wars universe, because I felt like the energy levels thing it just didn't fit. Also, other warning, there will be spoilers for Jedi Survivor if that wasn't already obvious. Also, if you didn't watch my previous video, I would definitely recommend it since this video will be dealing with what he's done in Jedi Survivor, as I already covered Jedi Fallen Order in that video. So yeah, watch that video if you want to hear all the other stuff Cal can do from that game, and then come back to this video so you hear the stuff that he can do in this game. Yeah. So Jedi Survivor is also my favorite Star Wars story in a while, even with the likes of Book of Boba and Mandalorian, and yes, I like Book of Boba. The usual thing we must do for this series, however, is that we must know the inner struggles of a character. After Jedi Fallen Order, where Cal essentially learned to accept Jaro Tapal's death and reconnected to the Force, naturally, the next question asked is, what's next? Well, now that Cal has accepted once again that he's a Jedi in the Force, now the issue is, how exactly does he use his power? He views it as a need to fight against the Empire, as that's what people who gave life for wanted him to do, with a strong belief in fighting as a fruitless battle and decided to help people throughout the galaxy in other ways, such as the thing that's basically an allegory for the slave train, I think. I forgot exactly what it's called. I think it was like the Underground Railroad or something like that. That was called back in there. It felt like an allegory for that at least. Which caused a big split up between them. Cal goes through the galaxy trying to learn of this new planet that may be a safe haven for everyone, while also slowly reconnecting with the entire crew and learning some new Force abilities. Not through reconnecting with the Force this time though, but through thinking outside the box as Sierra taught him. So essentially now by this point, Cal has two Jedi Masters that have taught him, Jaro Tapal and Sierra Jinda. We can safely see through this how he's grown stronger and wiser. Hell, the beginning of the game has him refighting the Ninth Sister, who's now been regulated to a tutorial boss, where he was able to use her own anger against her to swiftly kill her in a single strike after a battle. We can also see how versatile Cal now is than before. So not only does he have the dual blade style, the single blade style, the Darth Maul style, but you also see that there's this huge spoiler that Jedi Survivor has for Cal that I don't think any of you are ready for. You ready? Cal Kestis is a Yakuza fan, and specifically a fan of Like a Dragon Ishin. Why is that? Because Cal decides for his game to use the Wild Dancer from Ishin, where he can just use both a blaster and lightsaber at the same time in combat. Why did he think to do this? Because he likes Ishin. That's the reason why I'm going to give you. He can even charge his blaster for a stronger charge shot.
Not a charge shot!
And now with this alone, he can be Star Killer. Sorry, fans. Oh yeah, there's also his crossguard stance. It's not as cool, but it's like basically that Cal takes the name Jedi Knight literally and fights like he's using an actual sword, unlike a lightsaber. So like he wields it like he's wielding a two-handed sword, basically. There's even two cute little tiny blades at the bottom to represent like the hilt of a sword. Not a hilt, I don't know what's just called, the bottom part of a sword. Honestly, this game further dismays Cal out to be one of the most versatile Jedis, being capable of using multiple blade styles in the mix of battle, having that BD-1 droid to hack stuff. And oh yeah, if it wasn't obvious before by this point, now that Ezra versus Cal thing is definitely just Cal wins. Like, I didn't see anyone directly say Ezra wins in the comments from I remember, but I want to know if anyone who thought that still thinks that now. He also goes on to fight the likes of Dagan Gera, a fallen Jedi Master during the High Republic era. He was also a renowned member of the Jedi Order during his prime, and Cal also goes to fight his servant Ravis, a guy who notes that many Jedi at once tried to battle him and could not defeat him, with Dagan and Cal being the only ones to defeat him in one-on-one combat. This just attests to how skilled and like great Cal is by this point. With these two battles in mind from the new game, I think Cal would now just be capable of beating Terran Malakos on his own. Before I say he would give Malakos a good fight, and the only reason he really had an issue in that fight was because Malakos had better force control. No, Cal now just can directly defeat him. The force control thing doesn't really work anymore because Dagon tried to do a force illusion on him, and Cal literally reversed the illusion back on him. So yeah. Speaking of force, Cal also has some slightly new force abilities. He can now dash in the air. Yeah, he can double jump and dash. He doesn't follow physics anymore, basically. Well, the double jump already wasn't following physics, but now the dash, yeah, just no more physics for Cal Kestis. He can also use the force lift and force slam. These are basically versions of force pull and force push, but thought of in a more creative way. So he can now lift enemies into the air or cause a massive, powerful gust to slam all enemies back down to the ground. His Jedi Mind Trick is also re-explored here, though something interesting is that Cal can actually use his Jedi Mind Trick on even those with stronger minds. Like the ISB officers who specifically have resistance training to fend off Jedi Mind Trick. Yeah, he can Mind Trick them. It's kind of crazy. There's also his force slow ability, which have gotten even stronger. Originally, you can only use it on one person. Now it is a complete crowd control attack. Beforehand, I had Cal somewhere like Jedi Knight to Jedi Master level from Jedi Fallen Order, but with Jedi Survivor, I think Cal straight up just a high-ranking Jedi Master level Jedi. I don't know if he's quite ready for the High Council yet, but I think he could give him a decent fight. We haven't seen either how well he do against Vader now because he hasn't fought Vader in this game, but honestly from a writing perspective and narrative perspective, I think that's for the best. It looked pretty stupid if Vader somehow let his target get away a second time, especially since Cal doesn't have help from Sierra this time. Though we do know that Sierra is capable of giving Vader a pretty decent fight and Cal shouldn't be that far off from her. My only issue with this is that this fight is more than likely due to the fact that Sierra knew she was going to die, so she became completely calm. She even notes against Vader in that fight that she has nothing to fear is the reason why she's fighting so much better. And when you have nothing to fear as a light side user, you're basically greatly strengthened on a skill level. Your fighting style is more calm. So yeah. Though overall, I think Cal has proven himself to be a very notable Jedi. Not only surviving an encounter with Vader, being on top of the Empire's most wanted list and constantly surviving, and even dealing with friends like Bolu betraying him, but wait, huh? Oh, right! So Jedi Survivor brought a new tool to Cal's arsenal, and that is his greatest double-edged sword. The Embrace Darkness mechanic. See, later in the game, Cal can enter a temporary state where he embraces the dark side. In this state, his time slow ability becomes far more powerful than before, along with increasing his damage and making his force abilities far more powerful than before. As I said though, it's a double-edged sword because of what it represents. For Cal, he can only use it temporarily in game, and I'm pretty sure that's just an in-universe explanation, is that he quite literally is trying to only use it in short bursts, because if he uses it for too long, he runs at the risk of turning to a fallen Jedi, and we lose the Cal Kestis we all know and love, and he becomes Bold or Dagon, or fucking Starkiller, or fucking Ezra from Season 3. But I think this is conceptually so interesting, and I hope the next game has something similar to this, like Metroid Prime 3's corruption gimmick being used as a basis where, like, if he's in the form for too long, he either starts losing health, or, like, he gets a game over because he turns into a fallen Jedi. And like it shows his eyes turn yellow or whatever, that's the game over screen. But for real now, overall, Cal has proved himself to be an even more impressive Jedi than the last game. Definitely being a really powerful Jedi with a very, very versatile outset. Now that him versus Ezra also is basically just not a question anymore, I think Kanan versus Cal would be an interesting one. Anywho, I rambled long enough. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to watch my other one. Support me on Patreon, Twitch, and Twitter. And hope to see you again. Have a wonderful day. See ya.